A red flag can be defined as something your partner does that indicates a lack of respect, integrity, or interest towards the relationship. Look, I get it. It's important to be open-minded when you start dating someone. But in today's love at first swipe culture, where apps and social media have revolutionized the way we communicate, they're more nuanced than ever. So today, I'm sharing with you 8 red flags in dating that you really need to look out for. What's up everybody, Tanvir Ahmed here. Welcome back to another video, and the first red flag you should watch out for: you justify their bad behavior. If you find yourself justifying away what they do or say while you know in your gut that it feels wrong, then that's a surefire red flag. The mind can rationalize anything and can paint any picture of anyone depending on our initial perspective. There is a psychological phenomenon known as the confirmation bias, where we are inclined to discard all evidence that does not align with our views and only keep the ones that do. And with a potentially toxic person, they have worked to create a false positive impression to worm their way into your heart. So even if they say something bad or do something that's off, you may think, he's only this way because he went through so and so. The second red flag you should watch out for: they don't talk through issues. The one major red flag in a person's behavior that may indicate that the relationship won't work out is their unwillingness to talk through issues, big or small. All couples have disagreements. That's perfectly normal and healthy. But it's really how you handle those disagreements that can make or break things. Does your partner walk away, shut down, place all the blame on you, throw a tantrum? Those are all red flags. In a good relationship, a couple can and will talk through issues, listening to the other person's point of view and expressing his or her own. No one needs to win or lose. It's about expressing how something makes you feel and being heard. Communication is key. The third red flag in dating you should watch out for: they're constantly testing your boundaries. Run from anyone who attempts to cross a boundary that you have set. For example, you have said that you do not want to go further sexually, but they insist. You say that you're not available on Sunday, but they push for you to see them anyway. You're not ready to have them meet your family members or friends, but they push you. They push you to date exclusively before you're even ready. They want to move in or get married or set up a bank account before you want, etc., etc. You get the picture. The fourth red flag you should watch out for: they have a massive sense of entitlement. When we see that somebody feels entitled to us doing more for them than what is equal in a relationship, that's a huge red flag that they're someone who uses people. Are they comfortable with using us? Because it just shows a real, clear lack of care. If one person is giving and giving and giving, and then the other person gives one back, there's an imbalance, and the other selfish person is typically fine with their needs being met. If you use somebody, you don't really care about them, or their well-being, or their overall happiness in life. It's a habitual pattern. It's almost like life is there just to meet their needs, and other people are just commodities to get that done. The fifth red flag in dating that you should watch out for: something in your gut feels wrong. The first thing to look for is your own intuition and listening to your gut. If you have the feeling that something is wrong, things aren't adding up, then listen to that. Past relationship history is key to understanding their behaviors, as is the way they talk about past partners. If everyone in their past was crazy, that's a huge red flag. Actions speak louder than words. If the date says something and does something else, look deep into yourself and tell yourself it will only get worse, and walk away. If you're dating someone who tries to rush a relationship without giving you time to get to know them properly, slow it down yourself and take control. And if they're not patient with this request, you get out. Never be rushed, even if it feels good. A soulmate will be kind and patient, while abusers rush to confuse the victim and take control. If you prove hard to control quickly, an abuser will back off and you will save yourself a heartache. The sixth red flag in dating that you should watch out for: everything is about them. One major red flag in relationships is when everyday life, events, conversations, and basic interactions are frequently about that person, where there's constant manipulation and abuse of power over you. For instance, you could confront the person you're dating regarding something that they did or said that hurt you. Rather than listening to your concern and apologizing, they will manipulate and flip the conversation, telling you all the things you've ever done to hurt and upset them. This scenario shows signs of narcissism, and things only get worse the more time you spend together. They don't care about you and your concerns. They only care about themselves. Narcissists are void of empathy. They don't believe they are wrong about anything, and they will constantly feel victimized, accusing you of attacking them when you're just expressing your feelings in a situation. Over time, you may feel alone, constantly guilty, and you'll even doubt your own self-confidence and self-worth. This is definitely a reason to distance yourself from the person you're dating. The seventh red flag in dating you should watch out for: they are overly critical of their previous partners. I find that people are very predictable. Whatever they have done in previous relationships, they are likely to do again. When people describe all of their exes as terrible people and put all the blame on them for the relationship's failure, this is a red flag for me. It practically shouts, I cannot take any responsibility for whatever went wrong. I have not learned anything from these relationships. It is totally up to you to make our relationship work. It's also likely to mean that they are unable to see people in an integrated and realistic way. When they started dating these other people, they probably saw them as highly desirable and all good. Now that these relationships are over, these same people are all bad. Either they have a knack for picking the absolutely worst people with whom to be in a relationship with, or they're seeing all of these people in a very distorted way. If they could not see anyone before you realistically and make any of these relationships work, they are unlikely to be able to do it with you. The eighth red flag in dating you should watch out for: you are constantly denied, criticized, or dismissed by them. Do you see an emotional double standard in the relationship? Do you experience your feelings being denied, criticized, or dismissed? Do you find yourself giving in to keep the peace? Do you see your self-esteem diminishing? If you said yes to any of these questions, you may be in a relationship with an emotional manipulator. You may get the feeling that there is something not right. For example, secrets, unexplained behaviors, unexpected reactions, or you're increasingly criticized, blamed, put down, or discounted, often done jokingly at first, and you feel confused by explanations given about hurtful behaviors. That's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you liked it. Hit the like button if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already for more quality content like this, and I will see you in the next one.